I need you guys to give a massive round of applause to the one, the only Deep Roy. Yeah. Hey.
We make a good Santa Claus. Christmas is coming. If you're looking for an elf, call me.
All right. How's it going? Are you enjoying Canada once again?
Yes, I love Canada. It's a bit cold for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm from California. Warm. Hot weather.
This is warm for us right now.
Yeah, this is like winter for me.
Yeah, I know. Wait, but did you enjoy Hamilton when you were there earlier?
Yes, I smoke a lot of Hamilton cigars.
Did you?
That's the reason it stunt my growth. But then again, hey, it's all good.
Excellent. Some of us are from Hamilton, so we're very excited you've been to our delightfully decrepit city. But anyhow, I was saying to people, I was starting to put together questions for you, and
you couldn't do it.
No, well, so wait, don't worry.
I'm not worried. I'm just worried. What the hell are you going to ask?
I need you to know that I showed clips of many of your films to all of the 8 and 9-year-old kids I teach, and they wrote their quest. Now, the teacher in me, Mr. Roy, is like, I have been teaching them how to write full sentences. So
still learning myself.
Yeah, okay, look. I'll use some of these. Some of them are actually like, they wanted to know. Look at this. Oh yeah, any question on your, look, Heather says he loves you.
I love everyone. I love you guys. Honestly, I do from the bottom of my heart.
So actually, an interesting question they had for you.
Yes.
I should probably record this too. Russ, you got this on video? Yeah, because I'm going to show my students. They wanted to actually know, what is the movie, guys? But they were actually interested. I am India too, because I have a lot of students from culturally diverse students, a lot of new Canadians. And where do you come from? And I know the answer, but I'm actually curious, because I know you were born in Nairobi, correct?
Yes, that's East Africa, Nairobi, Kenya. My parents were from India, and I grew up the whole 4 feet 4 inches of that in Kenya and Nairobi. I was like 3 feet 7, and my dad spent a lot of money on me to make me grow taller. So I grew up to be 4'4". After 15, 20 years of taking all those medications and all that, I said to my dad, you've done so much for me. I feel 6'5". I've never looked after that, so it's not about height. It's about heart. That's what it is, It's whether you're black, white, or orange, whoever you are. After all, you got all one blood color, red. And I don't want to bore you guys, but ask another question. Yes. And then I moved to London. He sent me for further education. He wanted me to be an accountant. At least I can count on the fingers. I drifted into showbiz, and he wasn't very happy because nobody has done in our family. And he passed away, unfortunately, when I made my first television appearance. And my mom said he would have been so happy. I said, Mom, you know what? He's thinking at least the black sheep did something. But then again, I owe to my dad, I owe to my family. Because of their support, I wouldn't be where I am. And plus you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I think you guys are amazing. Life is wonderful. Everyone is amazing. People say, I say to myself, success can't be measured. It's the respect that counts. Your mind says more. Your heart says no.
Yeah.
It's about contentment. And I'm so content.
Well, you've had such a storied career. Like, I was just thinking about, okay, who have you worked with? Like Blake Edwards,
Yes, Peter Sellers.
I was going to say Peter Sellers, The Pink
Oh.
Panther Strikes Again. That's an early one.
Yeah, that was my first movie.
Yeah.
That's 1975. Oh man, that's
Yeah.
just like yesterday.
I was born in 76.
Were you?
Yeah.
I was born in 77.
There you go. Sweet. See. Well, but like, okay. As I go through the list of everything you've been in, so Tim Burton is somebody who you've had a few collaborations with, and a lot of stunt work on things like Hook, which would have been a Steven Spielberg film. Like, I feel like you've just worked with everybody who I think has made movies that and TV shows that basically are the reason many people are here. And you kind of have Wolfgang Petersen. You kind of have this like, I think we all see the finished product on a screen, and you have had like this ability to actually see the sets and to have been on these things that, you know, whether or not at the time you knew that they were going to have the impact they had, you kind of have this window onto a world that I'm sure has been very impressionable for a lot of people. And I'm just curious, does any one of these experiences particularly stand out to you?
They all do. You know, I've been very lucky to have worked with amazing producers, directors, actors, and actresses.
Yeah.
Since you asked me, at the top of my list is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because physically and mentally, it was a very hard movie to do. Secondly, I'm not a singer or a dancer. Tim Burton wanted me, 6 people to dance with me, so they put the mask on them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, things didn't work. They brought in the kids. They put me to shame. They were phenomenal dancers.
You did a pretty good job as
I know, I'm coming to that. So I
how many Oompa-Loompas were you? Were every Oompa-Loompa.
I know, it's coming back to that. So they brought in the kids that put me to shame. They're all from drama school in London. Plus, they were all Indians, East Indians, born in London. So I said to Tim, I said, this is not going to work. He said, why? I said, you put my mask onto them, then plus they're going to look to hit the marks. And then you're going to send them to school. So you got 4 hours to shoot with them. And he said, now what? I said, I'll do it myself. And he turns on to me, he said, I got to give you a camera test. You go 7 this way, 7 that way. And I said to him, why is camera test? He said, because Oompa-Loompas are like a regiment. You've got to have an equal distance between you and you. He said, pick up a song that's not in the script. So I picked up the song called It's Not Unusual to Have Fun with Anyone. Tom Jones.
Yeah. Also in many Tim Burton movies. It's been in at least Tom Jones and Tim Burton also have an interesting overlap.
They're good friends.
Yeah.
And meeting Tom Jones made my day.
Yeah, I think so, right?
The guy has got hands like buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you need to sing with, right? It's
Well, I didn't sing with him, you know, but coming back to the story, so I did the first 7. He said, come and have a look at it. And I said, no, let me do the other 7.
Yeah.
So I did the second 7. He said, are you going to come and have a look at it? I said, yeah. So I did. And he's asking me, what do you think? I said, no, you're the boss, man. You know.
Yeah.
He said, I love it. So that's how the Oompa-Loompas happened. I played 165 individual Oompa-Loompas,
Oh my
which
God.
is in the Guinness Book of Records.
Is it? Do you have the actual Guinness record kicking up at home?
That's what they said to me, but then again, I don't know. All I do is drink Guinness, not the Guinness Book of Records.
I will say, of all the Oompa-Loompas, of now which we have like about 3 sets of Oompa-Loompas, I mean, the original ones kind of freaked me out, but they have like no face. They're all monochromatic in the way they're, and that's scary. And the new one almost feels like it shouldn't be. Is it Hugh Laurie or is it, no, Hugh Grant, sorry. And it looks like they're just trying to like skip your Oompa-Loompas, but your Oompa-Loompas had so much character. I like mullet-headed rock and roll Oompa-Loompa. I thought that one was great.
Tell you how that came about.
Yes, do it.
I was asking him, I said, have you got anything for my 3V? He said, no. Have you any suggestion? I said, I want to be a rock band. He said, what instruments can you play? I said, none. And he said to me, how can you be a rock star? Vanessa turned out to me. I said, well, time will tell. Maybe I'll rock, maybe I won't.
He rocks,
and
though.
That's how that happened, and learn how to play drums, learn how to play guitar, sing and all that. And he asked me, I asked him, can I do the impression of Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger? He said, no. You know what he does like that?
Yeah.
I said, can I do Chuck Berry? He said, yeah, that's all.
All right.
I said, can I do, what's that called? The guy that sticks his tongue out.
Jimi Hendrix?
No.
Yes, Gene Simmons. Sorry, Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons. That's
Hendrix
it.
did stick his tongue out.
Yeah. So I did that, so that was it. So that's how that happened.
All right.
Yeah, so.
Well, they're fun because also, like, Oompa-Loompas in those movies also just, like, they break the movie up, and they have this, you don't know where the movie is going to go. As soon as, like, you see Oompa-Loompas doing anything, it's like all bets are off for where the movie can go. It really does make the movie kind of special.
Well, actually, originally, in the book, it says the Oompa-Loompas came from Africa.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, in the book, which is problematic in certain parts, yes, so...
Yes, it did, because when they did the first Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not just Charlie.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Factory.
Yes.
Willy Wonka, first one. And what's the name of the actor?
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder quoted, he said that Charlie and the Chocolate was not a good movie. I said, well, Gene Wilder is not a movie critic. Neither am I. So why judge people? And but in the end, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory made $500 million worldwide.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby for the studios.
Yeah.
So, and coming back to this new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The new one.
This is like a
prequel.
Yeah. And I just did an interview for Australian television, ABC, and the first question she asked me was, first of all, she asked me how old I am. I said, old enough to have a beer and drink. In Australia, it's 18. In America, it's 21. So I'm between 18 and 21.
There you go.
So she turns on to me, he said, how do you feel downsizing? I said, well, they did downsize me, not that much. And he said, how do you feel? I said, I think people were saying to me that I stole their parts, other small people, because they said I did all the Oompa-Loompas. I said, it's not my decision. It's a decision of Tim Burton. And same thing like Hugh Grant got downsized.
Yeah.
She asked me on that. I said, yes, I know it's unfair. It is unfair. Because there are too many people in the business. Too few jobs to go by. And I guess every job you go to, there's 20,000 people. That's the ratio.
I know. But you've been in so many of them too. I mean, I remember just watching Eastbound Down, and then suddenly you're there, and you're hilarious, and you get to. The other nice thing is both in Willy Wonka, Charlie, and in Eastbound Down, you get to kind of be yourself and not hidden behind layers of latex. I'm just wondering, for you, is that freeing in a way that being a stunt person or having to like be Droopy McCool, where you're just, I don't even know how you would move around in that thing.
It's very hard, it's tough to act or portray when you're in a costume because you got to work doubly hard.
Yeah.
And talking about Eastbound Down, so I went for an audition. Normally I don't, but I had to do that because I was going to go to Hawaii. So my agent forced me to go there. My mind was in Hawaii. Honestly, it was. So I went in front of the camera, skipped the whole page of dialogue. The guy started laughing at me. I said, what's so funny? He said, you skipped the whole page of dialogue. I said, so what? I said, what's the name of this show? He said, Eastbound and Down. So I went like this, F, Eastbound and Down. I'm going to go to Hawaii. And he said, so what about this audition? I said, another audition bites the dust.
But
So
that's
I walked.
that's like your character's whole attitude in that show,
So
though.
I walked out, and next day my agent calls me. He says, you got that job, but they want you to do the Mexican accent. I said, I'm not from Mexico. And he said, can you do Mexican accent? I said, no, I only eat Mexican food. So I said, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. Tell them goodbye. My agent said, you can't do that. I said, of course I can do that. So he called them, and he heard. Next day he calls me. He said, they want you as you are. I said, great. And when I saw Danny McBride, we shot in Puerto Rico. I had a few commitments. They let me go and do that.
And then did you go to Hawaii?
No, I'm coming back to but I had to cancel the seat because I lost the fare, everything. It doesn't matter to me. What mattered to me was that I wanted to work with Danny McBride. And when I went into the set and I met Will Ferrell, Danny McBride, he said, all the HBO executives were laughing so hard. What I said to them, F, Eastbound and Down, I'm going to Hawaii. And that was it, and then I improvised so much.
Right.
On Eastbound and Down. And I asked the makeup lady, can I have an extra mustache? She said, what do you want to do? I said, you'll see. I know Danny's lines was, I'm going to shave your mustache. And then I take out of my pocket, I said, I will carry two with me.
Hilarious.
So that's those are the kind of jokes, and I did so many takes. Are you okay? Yeah? Can you breathe? I told you to lay off that chocolate, but you won't listen to me. Exactly. So, where was I? See, you threw me off, man.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got lots of questions.
I know, you got a lot of questions. Where was I?
You had two mustaches, which many of us
Yes,
have had.
and Danny McBride would laugh. I had to do so many takes. And he said to me, move over, what was the Star Wars thing he had? Move over Star Wars character, he said. I said, no, I was the Yoda.
You were Yoda.
Yeah.
Walking Yoda.
Yeah, exactly, and so those were the jokes that, we did, and in 3 months of that, I had a great time. The best.
You were like half of the cast of Return of the Jedi, or Droopy McCool and Ewok.
Hey, that's what he was saying. Ewok. Yeah. That was he said,
yes.
Move over Ewok. I said, I was the Yoda.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I was looking, you were in Buckaroo Banzai.
Was I?
You were? Well, I don't know. IMDb says so. I was like, guy's been in everything.
Listen to IMDb. IMDb is a bunch of...
No, you know what? My friend is a comedian, and he made up fake IMDb credits for me, so... But wait.
One line or two as well.
Yeah. All right. But you were...
just good.
You were in something very near and dear to my heart, and I would be it is pretty horror related. You were the immortal Mr. Sin in Doctor Who and the Talons of Wang Chiang.
Yes.
And I want to know. Wait. And I prepared. Wait. No, it's happening.
What the hell is he doing?
Hang on. It's happening.
I thought it was going to an interview where it's trying to...
Guys, the diamond logo is coming back in the Disney show, but I'm wearing it for you. All right. So you are Mr. Sin.
Yes.
Tell us. I mean, I love that era of the show. It's Tom Baker's first few seasons.
Yes, that's 1976. Oh my God.
I was being born then, but I watched it later. But I've watched, of all the things you've made, I think I might have watched this maybe the most. And it is problematic because, does anybody who knows this one? Yes, who doesn't know Doctor Who and the Talons of Wang Chiang? Most of you.
That's, in my opinion, I thought Tom Baker was the best doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my opinion, but then, everybody.
No, it's fact.
Everyone's got their preference. Everybody does, So.
I was curious what it was like on the set, because like for those who haven't seen it, it's one of these 1970s things where it is about Doctor Who has arrived in like Victorian, like London, foggy London, very Sherlock Holmes, and encounters a Chinese gang, and featuring Chinese actors, none of whom get to speak. The only person who gets to speak is an English actor who's been made up with prosthetics to make him not look Caucasian, and it's just, I know it was a different. I wonder if like, what was the vibe on the set? Was that like, I am kind of offended watching it, but I don't know what it was like.
Yeah,
they
had a dummy.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
And plus I was there, and people got confused. So there are two Mr. Sins they can see.
Yes, they're you can see them in the little picture on the back of the.
So the two Mr. Sins, they were all confused.
Yeah.
Who's live, who's dead. They'll come and poke. And I just went like that. So it was a fun show to do, the whole season of it. It was 7 episodes.
Yeah, 6.
It was done by BBC in London.
Yeah.
And what an experience that was.
Yeah.
1976. Oh my God.
It's
How
like
many years ago was that?
a couple of days ago. That's fine.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It was an amazing show to do. Very lucky to have worked with Tom Baker.
And you ended up coming back on the show for like one more, I think, in the 80s. Mind Warp, right, Russ?
Yes.
Yeah. I looked, IMDb, I checked it out. It's uncredited, Mind Warp. That's how I feel at the end of a school day, guys.
Yeah? So does he.
Yeah.
He keeps laughing.
Yeah, slappy. Tell you. Photobombing. Well, another note, guys, check this out. Look, it says, watch Leprechaun. So my son and I watched. So the funny thing is, I hadn't seen any of the 6, 7 Leprechaun movies until yesterday, and I'm like, okay. And because you were basically doing stunts in Leprechaun for
I
Warwick
did,
Davis.
because I photo doubled him because it was high heels you were wearing.
Right.
And I said to myself, thank God I'm not a lady. I don't know how the ladies do walk in these high heels. I salute the ladies, I do, honestly I do. And first of all, Warwick Davis was like this.
Yeah.
I feel like a giant in front of him.
Did you know him from like the Ewok day?
Yes, he did. That's the first time I met him because he was like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
When he did Ewok, and that was Star Wars. We're talking about 1978.
Yeah. So he's.
So, and coming back to Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Was amazing, to stunt double him, to photo double him, to walk and talk, and all he did was close-ups.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we were trying. We were watching it, and we were like, okay, when is it Deep Roy, and when is it Warwick Davis? Like, I can tell when it is Warwick Davis, but he's in the shadows for a lot of the movie, sitting in a box. I mean, it's funny because it's like a kid's. We were like, my son and I determined this is basically a family film until he like bites people, and then it's really gory, and like the tone of this movie is all over the place. And Jennifer Aniston's in it, and Mark Holt. Like, it's got a crazy cast.
I've got a good story.
Yes, stories.
Jennifer Aniston. I was doing a video with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
As one does.
And I met Jennifer when she wasn't on Friends. She's just done 1 season of Friends. So she was talking to Tom Petty. So I walked around. I said, "Hi, Jennifer, remember me on Leprechaun?" She said she never did Leprechaun. And she walks away. And Tom Petty turns around and said, she's the B word.
Yeah.
She said, what? Of course, why can't she remember you? Because everybody remembers, that's what she said. So that's Jennifer Aniston's story.
Right. So
Jennifer, get your act together.
Yeah. Did she wait? Having not seen Leprechaun, is she in Leprechaun 2? No. Well, that's
she only did one. The only one.
Yeah.
That's the first one that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. I should probably open this up to people who've always wanted to ask you any questions. Anybody have any questions for Deep Roy? I'm happy to keep going with questions. Yeah. Twist my arm. But how we
come on. All
got
those Hollywood
yes.
people over there.
Scary clowns.
There you go. Like the Beetlejuice too. Over there. Yes, sir.
I love that episode of X-Files.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were in character you played based on like a beggar.
From Mumbai.
Yes. Absolutely terrifying. It still scares me when I think about that. So I was pretty young, probably when I first saw it. Do you have any sort of? Do you feel like you have to be true to the culture? When you play something like that.
Culture is something that we all love. Everybody does, and I don't want to abuse any culture or anything like that. But that's the hardest part to play because they made a cart like this, and you're supposed to sit in that cart only for 45 minutes because of the legs would go. I did take after take after take, but the director was a British director as well. So I needed a break, but then again, it's hard. It's hard when you sit in a tiny, So that was another hard job. Plus, when I was doing X-Files, I was doing Planet of the Apes with Tim Burton. They F up the shooting schedule. And Richard Zanuck came to me and he said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'll do both. I'll work night at the X-Files, come during daytime to Planet of the Apes." I didn't sleep for 4 days. They were both Fox shows, and they provided me the transportation and everything they did. But I kept taking no dose, a lot of coffee to keep myself awake. So I didn't sleep for 4 days. And after X-Files was done, Tim said to me, "Double dipping?" I said, "Hey, I'm trying to help you guys." So that's the first movie I did with Tim. And then the next one I did was, what was the next one? It's not the answer.
Not Willy Wonka. No, it's not. There's Charlie Chocolate Factory, but you also were a voice in Corpse Bride as well.
Yeah, that's the third, before that.
Big Fish.
That's it.
See? Brain working, spear glass.
There you go, Big Fish. I haven't had fish so long. That's the reason with this. So he calls me, he said, "Would you like to work on Big Fish?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "This will only be a cameo." I said, "Sure." So off I go to Montgomery in Alabama. I'm talking about 2003 now.
Big Fish?
Yeah.
2003.
Yes.
It's at 8.0 on IMDb. I don't know what that number means. It's just there.
What does 8.0
I think it means it's good. Because it must go up to 10, right? Yeah. That's good. You get like an A minus for that one.
Oh.
I don't know. I just printed out the list.
I only remember small numbers.
No, Planet of the Apes gets a 5.7 in which you play.
What a climb!
I don't know. I like that. You play Gorilla Kid and Thade's niece.
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I did.
All right.
That happened because I knew Rick Baker.
Nice.
So one of the guys done Academy Awards and all that piece, So he introduced me to Tim. So that's how that happened.
Okay.
And the rest is history. Did the big Fish. And when I went to Alabama in Montgomery, and he said, "I've changed my mind," Tim said to me. I said, "Well, am I going home?" He said, No. He said, "I've extended your part."
Okay, nice.
He said, "You're going to be playing Danny DeVito's lawyer. You're not a clown, you're a lawyer. I don't want you to clown around, but you're a lawyer." I said, "Okay." So he said, "Wherever Danny DeVito goes, that's your boss, you go with him." That's how the Big Fish happened. And when I finished Big Fish, everyone was calling me to do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I turned around and I said, "Why doesn't Tim call me?" He said, he's scared in case I say no to him. So I met Tim, And that's how the Oompa-Loompas happened. It started with 4,
Right.
then it to 7. 7 finished up to be 165.
I mean, how much? I mean, some of them do look similar, but like, how much play did you get to? Not to keep coming back to the Oompa-Loompas, but like, how much freedom and how many like different like permutations would you?
Like I said, physically and mentally, it's the hardest movie that I've done. I know I keep repeating myself. You know, that's the nature of the game. But to keep a distance between you and you is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. And the reason I asked them to give me the marks up in front and marks down here, and it's A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
and they'll go like A, Oompa 1, B, Oompa 2. I have to remember all these.
Right. So basically, you had a harder job than Jeremy Irons in Dead Ringers because there's only 2 of him. He's acting with himself, but you have like multiple versions of yourself you're acting with.
Yes. You know, I mean...
And they gave him an Academy Award for like stuff like that.
Well, that's what they said. They
It's
said
the
I should
business.
have been nominated, but
Yeah.
then again, hey. It's life.
Yeah.
You know, so, plus I was according to New York Time magazine, they put that I should have been nominated, but then again, hey, they're all a bunch of crooks, the Academy, you know.
Yeah.
It's the studios. It's the studios. They pay them the money. The people get nominated. The movies do.
Has the strike really how hard has that been for you, or is that, you know, I know the writers have
The writers have settled. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why the actors haven't done that, because AI is going to take over. It's already taken over.
Yeah.
You know, sooner or later, the pilots are going to be history, because it's going to be A1. Everything is A1. The planes fly itself, like the cars do.
Well, I
Fly
saw
itself.
Terminator. I know what's happening. It's
It's going to happen.
Skynet.
It's going to happen. You know, and we're going to be all out of work too.
Yeah.
So that's the reason studios are doing, and I truly hope that the actors can make a good
Yeah.
deal, and I'm sure that will happen.
Well, if it's happened for the writers, I'm hoping that it'll follow suit.
Well, of course it will,
Yeah.
you know, but then again, I don't want to discuss all this, you know, so.
All right. Let's hope. Hey, do you want to talk about some more movies from the 80s?
Like what?
From the 80s. Remember that was this time I was his age then.
Were you?
Yeah, then there's puberty and you get a beard and, you know, then you're me. But you also, the other movie that always was like big for me was the Neverending Story.
Yes.
Yeah, and I showed it to my students, and okay, so I showed just your scene to a bunch of 9-year-olds with no context for the rest of the movie. It was kind of amazing because it's you. There's this giant rock biter, and I'm just like, that's a puppet, and then it cuts to you, I'm like, that's a set, and then rocks are falling. Like I'm trying to explain what is. Yeah.
Because we did that in Bavaria, in
Yeah.
Germany, in Munich, and Wolfgang Petersen, you know, God bless his soul, he's gone, you know. Then 2 movies with him, Enemy Mine, and with Luke Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid.
Oh yeah, that's a great
And Wolfgang Petersen was an amazing, you know. I mean, I remember, because being a German, he said Achtung means ready in German. Achtung. I thought he said action, so I come turning in. He said, no. I said Achtung. I said, I thought you said action. She was laughing at me, you know, and throughout they threw a big party. And I saw this beautiful lady. I said, what a beautiful lady. Wolfgang turns on to me and said, would you like to dance with her? I said, of course I want to dance with her. I didn't know who she was.
Who was she?
I'm coming to that.
Oh.
So I danced with her, and she came and sat next to us, with us. And Wolfgang turned on to me, he said, meet my missus. I was going, oh my God. So I kept telling him, what a beautiful lady, he said, it's a compliment, he said to me, so.
Yeah, that's go Wolfgang Petersen. I went, actually, side note, I remember I was in Germany, first time abroad, and they have this, it's called Bavariaplatz, and it's kind of like Universal Studios, but it's like the only movie sets you can go to are Wolfgang Petersen movie sets. So I remember, I have a picture of me sitting on Falkor and the Rockbiters there, and you could go into the Das Boot submarine, and that was it. It was kind of awesome.
Well, Wolfgang Peter was an amazing writer, producer. He lived in Santa Monica, in LA, so God bless his soul wherever he is, and was an amazing, talented producer, director he was.
Yeah. No, so many of his movies still hold up. They're still great.
Yeah, they do, Dust Boat and
it
goes on and on, so.
We should totally watch Enemy Mine, Leo. You will like that one. And Das Boot at some point too is very good. I remember rewatching it with the students, and I forgot, you don't get to use your voice. Somebody dubs it over in a different...
Well, I didn't know that they wanted an American accent. Had they called me the American accent, I could have done it. I'm talking about 1979, dude.
Yeah.
The movie came out in 1981. It took them 2 years.
Yeah.
By the way, they're going to do another Neverending Story. Disney are.
Oh, really?
They are.
Oh, I believe that. They're doing it.
And I think the perfect director and a writer would be J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Because he revamped Mission Impossible. He revamped Star Trek, which I did.
Hey, I was going to say, tell us about some Star Trek. Yeah.
Yes, 3 of them. And he revamped Star Wars.
Yes, he
was
did. I remember.
So he will be the perfect director, writer to do Neverending Story.
Yeah, well, listen, Stranger Things helped to repopularize the song. Yeah.
Well, JJ, very talented.
Yeah.
So,
is there a role that you wish you could have had and never got?
drum roll, bread roll. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
I turned down Lord of the Rings. I did.
Who would you have been in Lord of the Rings?
No, I know. I mean, there was
half of the cast, yeah.
Or whatever it was. 18 months to spend in New Zealand could be another 3 years, which was.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. My agent was pissed off at me, sorry. And
no, he knows all this.
And he said to me, how can you turn that kind of money? I said, no, first of all, it's not a SAG deal. Secondly, I'll be away. And I'm glad I did that. If I would have done Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't have met Ron Howard, which I did Grinch with him.
Okay.
I wouldn't have done X-Files. I wouldn't have met Tim Burton. I did 3 or 4 big commercials. So I thought I made the right decision.
Well, everything you've been in has always been improved by you being in it. So, and it certainly enhances those things. I always like looking out for you. I remember, going back to some old British show, I just remember just your name in the credits. I was like, oh, what an interesting name. I want to know more about that, Mr. Singh.
Yeah, actually, originally, my name is Gurdeep Singh Purva.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I chose this name, my family wasn't happy. Because Roy had just added Deep Roy. Roy is a Indian last name from south of India. They think I'm from Bengal. My family wasn't happy, but I thought it would look good. Rather than me saying go deep, people are gonna go deep, go deep, go deep. And that's the reason I chose the name Deep Roy.
Well, listen, it stood out to like a 10-year-old boy in the early 80s, at the credits in Doctor Who, to the point where I've recognized it in many other films and television series over the years.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks.
Yeah.
You live here? Niagara Falls?
Sorry? No, I live in the exciting city of Kitchener. You should come there sometime.
Kitchener?
Kitchener. It used to be,
I think a lot of kitchens
they used
there.
to be called Berlin, but they changed it,
Kitchener. That's a lot of kitchens there.
That,
It's a cooking town.
Yeah. Wait. I have another question. Here, let's go to some kid questions. We have time. They're not gonna pull you away yet. What time is it? 2:42. Got some time.
What? You timing me again?
No, I'm just making sure we're not.
All right.
Any good questions
Oh
here?
my God!
Look at it's fun. So anyhow, this is what teachers do when they need to kill a half hour on a Friday. I'm like, I'm tired,
You know
guys.
what? This is the first time I've seen.
You
Say
should-
hi to your students.
You
all
should
of them.
take this with you, and then
And do what?
could you email us.
They don't want
Do you
to,
want-
you know, I mean, I think this is their memories.
Look
Keep
at this.
them.
When is your birthday?
When is my birthday?
What is the Moivy? Oh, God.
Birth month?
Yeah.
26th of January.
Yeah. 77. You told me. Oh yeah. Look at these questions. Oh man, some of these. The clown. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh look at this one. Have you read Mr. Spearglass's books?
Have I what?
Yeah. So wait. Oh. Wait. I'm gonna give you one of Mr. Spearglass's books. You can read it on the plane.
Countdown to Danger.
It's Horror House. It will keep you up at night. Shameless self-promotion, guys.
No, man.
Do you want
keep
to?
that.
No.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm not a big horror fan. I know this.
I don't want it to scare you.
And I thought, what am I doing in this horror? You know.
What is it like coming to conventions like this one for you?
All conventions are great. Yeah. If I wouldn't have come, I wouldn't have met you nice guys over here.
I bumped into somebody I haven't seen in 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your boss? That's your dad.
Is it my dad? It's not my dad. My dad's in Hamilton as we speak.
Hamilton.
Sitting. Yeah.
Okay.
The city of cigars. Yeah.
Hamilton is a cigar called Hamlet.
Yeah.
From Benson and Hedges.
It's actually the city of waterfalls, interestingly enough.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of waterfalls because of the Niagara Escarpment.
Waterfalls there
it's
too.
beautiful. I was driving by today. I'm like, Hamilton is beautiful until you
So
get to
let's ask some
Stelco.
questions.
Yeah, of the
And
audience.
she's leaving. She said, what a bunch of...
No, she's taking pictures.
What a bunch of...
But-
No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just joking. Just joking. And she's going, uh-oh.
Yes.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions?
No.
We got another one. Yep.
What was the hardest scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh man, they were all hard, man. I can't pinpoint. But since you asked me that question, what was the hardest one? Was I would say rock band. And they were all, but nothing is hard. You got to convince your mind. If your mind says hard, you'll not get anywhere. So if you think positive, that's what it is about, Now my dad used to say to me, be nice, you got nothing to lose. Which is not, it is. Why make enemies when you can make friends? Life is wonderful, you guys are amazing. That's how I look at it. No, life is this short. You never know when you're going to breathe from here to there. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here. Live that day. Enough about that. I don't want to bore you guys.
See,
yes.
look, now they're asking questions. Go.
See, I know they're
Do
all
it.
going up. Yes.
Ask.
Yes.
Is there a specific role or genre you would like to play or be in?
Oh, it's stuck there.
It's the stuff. You see, they're new. They said they tie him
Yeah.
down here. So that he doesn't walk around here like an idiot. So, is there a role? What?
Is there a specific type of role or a genre of movie you would love to?
I love to be a villain in Bond movie, James Bond movie. I think I'll give him a good run. I'm as a villain. I'm not a nasty guy, but I think I can portray one. I'll give him a good run. Have I answered your question? Yeah. Yes, lady over there.
It's a lighthearted one. I just remember there's a little Oompa-Loompa that I got from
From Africa.
McDonald's or something. Have you seen your little Oompa-Loompa of yourself? I actually.
Well, we keep saying little, I am little, but then again, I'm big.
I mean, a keychain.
Yes, I have, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It's lovely to have you.
It's all good. It's always all good. That's another terminology I use. It's always all good. Yes.
Did you get to keep anything from any of the sets?
They gave me the suit from Charlie and Richard Zanuck, God bless his soul. Richard Zanuck's dad was Derek Zanuck, who founded 20th Century Fox. And Richard Zanuck was the most prolific producer. He can walk into any studios and get the deal done. So he turned on to me, he said, "D, what do you want?" I said, "Oh, nothing." You know? And Tim turned around and said, "You should take the suit. It looks good on you." So I said, "Okay." So Richard said, "Done deal." Talked to the wardrobe, he said, "It'll be." 2 days later, Richard asked me, "Did you get the suit?" I said, "No." He said, "Let me fix it." He calls the wardrobe lady, he said, "Where's the suit?" And he came within 2 hours, within 15-20 minutes, the suit was there.
Oh, wow.
Another thing that I did a movie where I had two-tone shoes, that they gave me those. Apart from that, they never gave anything. All the suits, the Oompa-Loompa suits, they're numbered then, Warner Brothers. It's in their studios in Burbank. And they got all numbered. Suit 1, 2, 3, 4, red, white, yellow. They got all there. Studios are cheap. That's what Tim said to me. He said, "Make the most out of it. Take whatever you can get." Yes, sir. Are you playing the... Yeah. Are you going to be Santa Claus? Is not the answer. I can be yes or no.
I guess so.
You guess so? No, I'm just kidding with you. All right, who else? Hey, Beetlejuice over there. Everybody's quiet.
I know. I keep wanting to be like, what was it like being Yoda? Walking Yoda.
Yeah, that's another one.
The question what to ask of you.
Very good, very nice. That's Frank Oz did that. So, 1978. Wow, that was just like yesterday. So, they asked me, "We want to use you as a perspective walking Yoda, but you're too tall." That made my day. He said, "Can you walk on the knees?" Which I had to learn to wear knee pads and walk on the knees. That's how the Yoda walking Yoda happened. And then I did Droopy McCall, the hardest, the most.
Yeah, I was looking at. I was trying to find my. Because I still have it. My Return of the Jedi. Leo, do you know where my Return of the Jedi cards are?
I think you gave them to me.
Yeah,
he
I was
just
trying to
told
find
me.
my Droopy McCool card, but I'm like, how did you see? Like I don't even.
It's very, blood, vision,
Yeah.
and very hot. Yeah, it's 1978. Movie industry has.
They got rid of like the best song in the movie because Lapty Neck is.
Yeah.
That was a great like '80s disco song.
Yeah.
I've interviewed the singer because that's what cool people do. Dude, I can't remember. Is Droopy McCool in the newer version? Like, there's less of him, right? I don't know. You're the closest people. I just look at
No,
you
that's the
for
funny-
confirmation.
This guy's keep
Yes,
laughing.
Slappy from Goosebumps would know.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't know. I wish I knew, but I'm not.
Uh-uh.
Information.
Oh, 5 minutes.
5 more minutes, guys. Okay, 5 more minutes.
Wait,
Get your questions in.
do you want to be in my school's video?
No, thank you.
Okay,
I'll tell you why.
that's fine.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
I don't do videos. The reason I don't do videos because I know you're not going to do that. But people switch and turn and all that. I've learned the lesson from that. Never ever.
Fair enough.
I never do the videos or the interviews because I've learned from the past not to do.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So, sorry about that.
That's okay. They're going to be excited because, we asked like 5 of their 27 questions.
Well, then again, what's the other 3? Is it 30 or 20?
I don't know. I got 24 kids. I just
And
can't
I got
believe
27 answers there.
there's, well, this actually shows you how interested just kids were, like just watching so many of these clips out of context. They were, I think they were delighted and kind of baffled at seeing all these things. I don't think I showed them. The other one would be Return to Oz. Like you were Tin Man on that one, right?
Yes, that's another one. Return to Oz because they had Walter Murch.
The
As an
amazing ball, like just
Walter Murch as a director, he was Francis Ford Coppola's sound guy. This is the first feature he done, and Disney fired him. I'm talking about 1984, and they went to George Lucas, and George said to them, if you hire Walter, we'll help him out. Imagine having on the set Spielberg, Lucas, and Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
3 giants of the movie industry. And that's a Return to Oz. They babysat him. Each one was sitting there for 1 month. And then the movie was running late. I had to go to Australia to do another movie. I told them I went to Australia, running late. And when I almost finished the movie, they asked me to go to Germany, what to do to Enemy Mine.
Oh yeah.
So it was a good old days. Never had a break for 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
I heard you went 4 days without sleeping.
Yes.
How often would that happen? Is that would that be a regular occurrence?
No, it's not. You got to make it work. When the work comes, you got to take it. That's what Ron Moody said to me, who played Fagin in Oliver. What a great actor. God bless Ron. And you know what he said to me? Never ever turn anything down. He said he became pick and choosy.
Right.
And he said it doesn't help. So, these guys are going to sleep almost.
Oh wait.
Yes.
Our last question.
Your Star Trek character, Keenser, I think only ever said something on this occasion in the first film.
Yes, I'll answer that. The reason is that because JJ talked to Steven Spielberg, and Steven said to him, he doesn't look good talking. So they took all the lines off.
Was that your voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Apparently, after 7 years, there still is another Star Trek film in the works.
there's a Star Trek films in every month they're in the works.
Yeah.
Well,
You pick up a Star Wars, Star Trek after.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 7 years since the last one, but Variety says Paramount is anxious to get it into.
I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. Because of Chris, who played
Chris Pine.
Pines.
Yeah.
It won't happen because they're asking big bucks. They are.
They don't
As
need
you-
Kirk.
As you know, the studios are greedy. They don't want to spend money. They don't. They want to make money, but they don't want to spend it.
Yeah. Like our
the
school
studio
boards.
heads must be going, this dude is off the shopping block.
Yeah. Listen, I think even though we could keep talking about, every movie ever made, because you're in like 80% of them, we do have to get going. So I would love to give you a giant round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me say this to you guys. I wrote something which I will record one day.
Yeah.
It's called ambition. So, ambition, you got to have ambition. A man must plan to do what he can with something of his time. You got to build a future one that will suit you. No hesitating, someone gets it while you're waiting. It's an illusion to live in seclusion. I'll make my pile and live in style. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to get a million. Half the nation fussing, the other half are cussing. So goodbye, guys, goodbye. I hate to leave you, but we have to part. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.